In this video, we are going to share the best tips and tricks we've learned from living in vans. My name is Bria, and I'm a senior build tech at DAVE&MATT Vans.
I'm Ian. I'm a build tech at DAVE&MATT Vans, and I'm training to be a senior build tech right now.
I'm Wyatt Sparks. I'm the CFO here at DAVE&MATT Vans.
One of the big things that was really helpful is having an Instant Pot. If you get an inverter upgrade with your battery system or your electrical system, you can run an Instant Pot off of that. It was just a small, like 4-quart Instant Pot, and we made some curry out of it, and it was really good, and it held the power really well.
It's a really helpful tool also because you don't have an oven or a way to make a lot of meat. So I found that that's helpful with like making chicken or something that you wouldn't usually be able to make in a van.
And you don't have to use propane, which is nice.
One other thing that I have found really helpful was having a heated blanket. If you don't have a heater like we did for 2 years, we just got one, but we didn't have one before. And a heated blanket, if you have a plug-in, is really helpful and an energy efficient way to stay warm in the winter.
I think some of the keys to it is always being prepared, having a home base for what you want to use the van for, and knowing what trip you are taking, whether it's seeing a family member, whether it's mountain biking, whether it's going camping for a long haul. I think it's really great to understand what your trip is going to entail and then packing appropriately for it.
One thing that I've used in the past to help me find camping spots is the app FreeRoam, which is an app that basically just gives you campsite options, and you can scale it anywhere from like free options such as like BLM land, they even have like street parking on there sometimes, to campsites that you would have to pay for as well with all the amenities listed. So that's a pretty great resource to use.
And sometimes I feel like an old man when I talk about it. But, you know, doing basic car maintenance work and understanding the vehicle really well goes a long distance for us and our customers. That's tire pressure, that's using cruise control, that's understanding gas mileage and weight in the van. Checking your tire pressure, I think, is really important at the beginning of a trip. Understanding where you are at altitude or temperature-wise, understanding how that affects your tire pressure and how that can be called 3 to 5% gas mileage and how that adds up over a long trip. So that's probably step one. Step two is making sure your engine's okay, making sure you have all your fluids in there, making sure your all systems are aligned. And I think the last one too, for us who like to kind of get off the road a little bit and travel out in the West with some smoke, is making sure you're checking your air filter on your engine every now and then, and making sure you're just staying on top of the maintenance. These vehicles are built to last and are ready to take a lot of wear and tear on them. But taking care of it's the same thing as you do for your ski gear, for your bikes, for your golf clubs, for your outdoors apparel, and all your other gear.
Two of the apps that I use that are super helpful, one of them is Gaia GPS, and you can find camping on it. The other reason I use it is because you can mark the locations that you've been, so it's kind of cool to see like where you've been and watch it grow. Like since I've been living in Colorado, I kind of like have all of these points on the map that I can see that I've been. The other one is freecampsites.net. They don't have an app, but freecampsites.net is a really good one. You just need cell service, and you can look up GPS coordinates and see reviews of the spot, and kind of it gives you information on like, okay, this time of season it's not the greatest time because the roads are really bad. So that's another really good resource. They also have pictures that you know, you can view the spot, and if you're looking for a really cool view to be able to park at, you know, it's good for that.
Yeah, I think a lot of the team here has spoken to a couple of the apps that they've used. One that I think folks on our team probably haven't talked about a whole lot is using loyalty or membership programs from specific restaurants or grocery stores. And you'll get push notifications when you're on the road about specific deals of that day. I know Panera Bread does a really good all-you-can-drink coffee subscription plan that's $8.95 a month. So if you're a coffee addict and you don't feel like making coffee in your van, that goes a really long way. Something I wish I would have known before heading out on the road, the ease of cruise control on these things. I think, you know, when you're on I-80 or I-70 and you're going across the middle of America, throwing that thing on cruise control can save you a lot of brain damage and save you a lot of money on your miles per gallon. And using the features of the van to its best ability, I think having a fridge is really helpful for eating healthy on the road. Yeah, I think For us, the coolest thing about our vans is the ability to pack what you want in it. I think we give our customers a ton of space to design their storage needs.
So one thing that I found is really helpful, because as you're driving in a van, things shift a lot and may fall a lot. So getting containers and things that will not break when they fall. For example, I found on Amazon some collapsible silicone Tupperware that not only won't break when it falls because it's silicone, but it folds up really small, so I can store a lot more when I'm not using it. And I also just found that my pour over for coffee just broke this week, and I was on Amazon and they make silicone pour overs. So things like that are really helpful, things that you might not think of before you're in a moving vehicle that breaks things.
To add on to that is having a rubber mat in the back, like where your garage is, especially in our vans, is really nice, because if you have like a bag or, you know, a Tupperware container or, you know, like one of those big storage bins and you hit the brakes, it's going to move. So having a big rubber mat is also another really nice feature to have.
Check out our Van Life Tips and Tricks playlist to learn more about how we're making van life accessible for everyone.